So hey guys again. Now we are continuing on with the Hackerrank data structure problems, and we are just at the linked lists. So this question wants us to insert a node at the tail of a linked list. Again, I won't explain the question because it's just the title of it. You can just understand it from the title. It just wants us to insert a new node at the tail of a linked list. So let's recall what a linked list is, and by the way, I will use the code which I written in the first video. So if you don't watch the first video, it could become a little bit complex. I assume that you watch it. So a linked list is just a data type, you can think, and it points to the next node until it is null. And it's just traversable. You can't go backwards in that, in a linked list, in a single linked list actually. So the question wants us to traverse to the last node, which will we do with a while loop, and at just the last node, we will, with the given data as a function parameter, we will create our new node and make the last tail node point to our new node and make our last new node point to null pointer. It will just go on like this. Alright, so I think we can continue. Oops, a little bit of typo there. So I think the function goes like this. Its return type is single linked list node pointer. However, there are various implementations of this. The function return type could also be a void too, but it will change your input parameters, which Hackerrank doesn't want. If you are curious, just go check gigs for gigs. That's okay too. So I think insert node at tail is the function name, and this function has two parameters: single linked list node pointer head and int data, of course. So let's start with creating our new node first. So I'll just call this node, and it will be a new single linked list node of data. And this node will, since it's the last node, it will point to null pointer. To continue on from here, we need to presume head node because since you know when you traverse a single linked list, you can go back from there. So we will create a temp variable here, a temperature variable, and we'll just return head node at the last one. But before that, we need to check a critical condition, and that critical condition is what happens if the head node is null as a given function parameter. So we just need to check it actually. If head is null, we'll just going to return our new node. It's just that easy. So let's start with copying the head variable first. I'll just call this last, and this last variable will be equal to head. So let's continue. As you remember from the first video, we'll write a while loop like this, and at the last node, when it's null, this while loop has become terminated. However, we can't do this in this context because we need to know the details of the last node. To presume that from happening, actually we can just write a small code which will be last to next, which means that at last node, stop this while loop. It's just that easy. Not just stop at the last, which is null, just stop at the previous, which will be our last node. So it will go like this. Last will be goes to last to next, and after this is done, we need to point our last node to next to our new node. And after these operations, we need to return our head node. And I think we are finished now. So let's check it. So as you recall, we've just created a linked list with 4682, and now I will create a new variable. Actually, not a new variable. I'll update the head variable with insert node at tail, and after updating, we are just going to print the linked list again to see if that we have successfully appended the last node. So head will be equal to, what was the function name? Insert node at tail. It will have two parameters, and let's say for 15 for now. And now let's check if it will work. As you can see, our previous linked list was 4682. We traversed from 4 to 6 to 8 to 2, and at 2, we just made this 2 point to our new node, which is 15, and at 15, we've just made this node point to null pointer. This problem is just this, guys. If you have questions or somewhere you don't understand, you can just ask me in the comments and I'll try to help. So see you in the next video, guys. Bye.